Hi, Rob here at Stripey Green TV. This week we take a look at what's in my bag and how hopefully the tools in there will help me achieve my goal for this year. Firstly, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button below, and if you're not new, welcome back and thanks for your continued support. Let's start off with what for me is the most important club in my bag. That's my putter. I'm currently using an original Odyssey White Hot 2-ball putter. I've been using this since they first came out back in 2001. I absolutely love this putter, and the only change I've made since I bought it was adding an oversized grip to it. As a backup putter, I'm also really fortunate to have had this Scotty Cameron Terillium 2 Santa Fe putter passed down to me from my dad, and knowing I have this perfect putter as a backup gives me even more confidence with the Odyssey. I've never actually used it in a competition, and actually I hope that I never have to, since that would mean I'd fallen out of love with my 2-ball. Going back to that 2-ball, it's simply an amazing putter. When it was first introduced in 2001, it was an absolute revelation and often referred to as one of the biggest impact designs in golf club history. I love the way it's so easy to line up the two circles with your actual ball and how much confidence it gives you that you're starting the ball off on the right line. I love the balance in the mallet head, and I also love the feel of the white hot urethane club face. I think that's enough about putters for now, but I did want to spend that extra time talking to you about them, since they're the most used club in the bag. Over a third of your shots are used with it, and actually it's a part of my game that I'm quite happy with. Now, moving on from my putter, I just want to have a quick chat about my wedges. So my wedges are a mixture of a 44.5 degree pitching wedge and a 49.5 degree utility wedge from my main iron set that I'll talk you through shortly. I then have two Titleist Vokey SM8 wedges, one 54 degree and one 60 degree. The Vokey wedges were new to me at the end of last season. My thinking behind it was that they're a heavily used club and I didn't want to compromise on quality. The 60 degrees in an M grind with 8 degrees of bounce, and the 54 degrees is a D grind with 12 degrees of bounce. I'll be using the 60 degree in the bunker, hence the lower bounce. The higher bounce on the 54 degrees is ideal for the softer, fluffier lies that I get in the light rough or fringes that I often find when missing the fairway and greens. Maybe I'll change to a lower bounce as I improve my accuracy and start more regularly hitting the short stuff. Then, moving on to the irons, these were another new buy last year. I went for the Ping G410 irons after a fitting session with Martin at Davyhulme Golf Club. After running through the different tests, I ended up with the white dot version, which means that the head is 3 degrees more upright. Better for me because I hit a lot of shots out of the toe of the club. I opted for the steel Nippon Tour 105 shaft with regular flex and an extra ½ inch in length. I bought the G410 irons because they're a forgiving cavity back iron that give me much more consistent strike, particularly if I don't find the middle. With my toe strikes previously on shots, where I would have been 20 to 30 yards short, I found with the G410 I got a much more consistent strike, which often left me with a greenside chip rather than that awkward 30-yard pitch. The irons have a weight on either side which helps reduce the twisting of the face on shots where I don't hit the centre. I love the Ping brand, and these irons are everything that you would expect from them. Good quality, forgiving, nice looking irons that offer a mid to high handicap golfer that bit of extra forgiveness. I have them all with a standard loft setting ranging from 23.5 degrees for my 5-iron to 49.5 degrees for the utility wedge. Next in my bag we have the hybrid, and again we're on a Ping G410 and it's the 22 degree 4 hybrid. This is an adjustable hybrid and it's the first time I've ever had a hybrid in my bag. I've always wanted to stick to a traditional long iron, but I had to bow down to sensibility and put a hybrid in for now. Why? Forgiveness. Obviously there's a theme here, but I'm buying these clubs as a high handicap golfer and buying them to give me the best chance of reducing my handicap, and I think the hybrid does that. I have it set in the standard 22 degrees loft, and as with my irons, a regular stiffness shaft, this time the Alta CB70. This hybrid's great for our 3rd hole and 12th hole, which are 180 yards long. A nice gentle swing on this goes 180 to 200 yards, typically lands softly and hopefully gets me around the green more often than an iron. Next we have my third favourite club in the bag, my 5-wood. Once again, Ping G410. With the 5 wood, again I've gone with the Alta CB65 shaft with a regular flex. I actually use this 5 wood often when I'm under a tree and trying to keep the ball low, yet still want to advance it 150 yards or so down the fairway. It's also my go-to fairway wood, mainly because it's the only one that I have in the bag. More on that later. And then last but not least, I have the big dog, or in my case the Chihuahua. Again, no surprise here, it's the Ping G410. After my putter, this is my second favourite club in the bag. When I changed it last year, I doubled the number of fairways I was hitting, and it was the biggest single difference to my game in 2020. Sadly, I can't hit it 300 yards. As you may have seen in a previous video, I averaged just over 200 yards with it. I'll be hoping this year to push that up nearer 250 with increased club head speed and hopefully a much improved swing path. Once again, this has the Alta CB55 shaft in a regular flex. You may have noticed all my clubs have a little gadget plugged into the end of the grip. These are first generation Arccos smart sensors. I think Arccos are now onto the 3rd generation, but these still do a great job for me. If you're not familiar with Arccos, I'd recommend having a look into them. Essentially, they're like a virtual caddy. While sadly they don't carry my bag, they do offer me advice on the best club to use based on all the data they've collected about me. If you like stats and numbers, then you'll love these. Now, the keen-eyed ones of you may have spotted a problem with my bag so far, and that's the number of clubs that I'm carrying. So in golf you're allowed up to 14 clubs, but in that bag there's only 13. Got a feeling that can't be a good thing. So at some point this year, I'll be looking to add my 14th club. Get into the comments below and let me know what you think I should add to my bag. You won't be surprised to know that currently I'm thinking Ping G410 3-wood. If you've got one, I'd love to know what you think of it. And that's it. Well, for clubs anyway. I've tons of other things in my bag, such as an umbrella, bunker rake, rangefinder, my golf partner's stash of brandy lace coffee, and a few other weird and wonderful things. Maybe I'll show you those another time. Bye for now.